track. That green flag now goes, and it's literally anything goes from now onwards, and already one or two of those inner track marker barrels have found their way onto the track, and they really do present something of a hazard. Problems for poor old 35. He's got pushed out very early on and is going to be left stuck there now. And that is what you call a little bit of congestion. Drivers at this point are allowed to take to the grass for as long as the whole width of the track in fact is blocked. They'll soon sort themselves out. One or two will be left in there, I suspect, in the dust and jammed up against the fence, but the rest of the field now getting underway. This is inevitable when you cram 50-odd cars into a small track like this. Well, now 1.5 laps gone now, beginning to settle down a little. Takes a lap or two to just get yourself organised. The more experienced drivers tend to keep their foot off and hold back and let the novices at the front thrash themselves into each other at the front first, so they can then pick their way delicately through the remains. It's like the M1 in a rush hour. 75 trying to spin around and rejoin. Dave Gill from Bletchley. 247, there's Mad Mick. He's got himself in bother already as the others go tearing through. 408 is Ray Irons from Briar Hill. Yes, 427 trying to get out of the way. Dave Monaghan from Blackthorn. Radiator gone there by the look of it. A cloud of steam coming up from poor old 313, Alan Mitchell from Luton. Mad Mick in there, I see, 247. He's in the thick of the trouble, which I gather is par for the course here at Brafield. A little flick of a bumper. Unfortunately, from the point of view of the fun, the barrel's gone on the centre green rather than out in front of somebody else. That's quite a good move, actually. If you can just clip a barrel and stick it out in front of somebody. Someone has dropped what looks rather like a petrol tank, I should think, or some other equally important part of their equipment. But 309, I don't think, is going to go a great deal further. Bob Browning from Bletchley. Dave Gill sitting sideways across the track. More trouble across the back. And poor old 309, in fact, finished up sitting on that pile of wreckage down there. I think it must be a petrol tank, but there's a lot of water, in fact, pouring out, or there's certainly a lot of liquid about. It doesn't look very healthy. I think that driver will be better off out of there. Anyway, the point is he's got to find a problem. And really, that is not a very healthy method of parking. That's car number 427, Dave Monaghan, who we saw earlier from Blackthorn. 401 trying to rejoin off the grass. Let's try and pick up some places for you now. And in fact, that car is overturned, and the driver appears now to be trapped just down here on the bend.